I recently got a text message from a very dear friend of mine. I never really expected to hear her say she was lost, but she claimed that a video of mine reminded her of a special dream she had within her and helped her. The thought that a video of mine could lend inspiration and help to someone at just the right moment was very powerful to me. And I began thinking how I wanted to find more and more such inspiring people to tell their stories in relatable ways so that other people feeling weak or lost could find the support they needed in the moment. I zeroed in on the figure of Juili Sasaki because I knew the story of how encouraging she had been to Stepan S., who was struggling to find the audience he deserved for his film Bootleggers. I knew that she had also come from Milo, the Chelsea hotel of the Midwest, and there she had pooled resources to help make a movie, a very successful movie called Poser, images of which you're seeing now. I know that her current trajectory seems to be ever upward with all the work she has now in New York and Hollywood. And yet, in my experience, she has remained a kind, soulful woman of very strong character. So I wanted to get her whole story, which required going to Milo and speaking with its founder. Here is a bouquet of flowers which the founder of Milo bought for me to give to my wife. It is a week since our talk, and yet the flowers are still alive as of this recording. He was willing to give me the details about Juili Sasaki and her rising star. The details of Juili Sasaki's upward trajectory as relayed to me by Milo's founder came in a very meandering and sometimes confusing manner.
Let's go get some flowers.
Okay, but first, I want you to tell me about Juili Sasaki. It is clear that Juili faced periodic obstacles, some rather severe.
But Juili. So, I don't know, I'd say it was at least 5 years ago. I'm going to gallery opening, and this little girl runs up to me. She was the biggest eyes. She was so excited about everything. I want to help. She wanted to do anything and everything I wanted to do. And I said, Juili, that's very admirable. But I don't want you to do what I want you to do. I want you to do what's in your heart to do. And that ticked her off.
It did?
Yeah. She told me later that really upset me, but I thought about it. And what I'd really love to do is take that building at the corner and do something beautiful with it. So she wanted to make a coffee house. So she goes to England and she studies coffee houses that following summer. And she calls me from London or someplace. Told me what she was doing and why she was doing it. The next year she calls me from Madrid. Tells me what she's doing and why she's doing it. She did that 2 years in a row. Then she came back. Now she's going to Ohio State and she's getting, she's got straight A's and all that stuff. This is just summer stuff. And she told me she's going to apply for this $200,000 grant that Ohio State would give for an entrepreneurial effort to a student at Ohio State. So she's going to go for it. And she was talking to me about some of my ideas, and she wanted my input and others. We would go around the neighborhood, talk to people and stuff. Then she brought over this architectural professor from OSU, and she took me aside and said, I would never do this for any other person in the world except Juili, because there's no way she's going to lose. There is no way. She looked at me like, this is like breathing. Do you understand breathing? There's no way she's going to live. So I did that with the professor, and then she wrote something really good, and she was right down to the minute. I was sitting in a window, and she was trying to get these words right, and I just was helping her a little bit. And she sent it in. They have like 3 rounds, I guess. First round, everybody and your uncle goes for it. The next round, there may be 100 people involved. Now she's one of the top 10. Now she gets the interview, but these 3 people that make the final decision, okay? Because one of those is going to get the big bucks. The first person gave her the highest marks. The second person gave her the highest marks. The third person said, I think you know, don't you? She said, yes. Left her out. Even with that, she was like number 3.
Here it is alleged by this witness that she had, in fact, rightfully earned a student grant of $200,000 to open her intended cafe and follow through with a long-term business plan, one which she had educated herself for living abroad. And yet it seems that due to a certain prejudice on behalf of the gatekeepers over her association with a certain spiritual man, her grant was ultimately rescinded. Climbing back from disappointment, she set about to meet and collaborate with more and more artists in the area, eventually discovering the Guerrilla Film Forum, with whom she collaborated on the film Poser as a production designer.
There's an outfit that kind of started right around Milo called Loose Films, okay? And she started working with them. And she actually did some things in the gym. They did some things at the gallery. They all kind of hung around the gallery. And that's how she got her start. Oh, here's a fun story about Juili. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So she has this big thing going on there. And she let off smoke machines in the gym. And the fire truck showed up. Trucks came. Well, they can technically, false alarm, they can technically charge you a fortune. Anyway, so you know what she did? She stayed up all night. She fixed the best cookies in the world. And she was there in the morning with piles of cookies for these guys.
That was it. So she got off clean. Just some smiles and some cookies.
Oh, yeah.
I find Juili Sasaki's story, as well as her character and personality, of great comfort these days, given that the American artist has frequently been marginalized and gatekept from fulfilling his true calling. Whatever Juili Sasaki's personal beliefs may be, it is clear that one of her highest values is determination, self-realization. In interviewing other artists at Milo, I have yet to cross paths with a single one of them that did not know Juili Sasaki and love her dearly. For Brandish Productions, this is Daddy Brandish.